Module Overview. In this intensive module, you explore the deep theoretical and practical dimensions of landscape drawing, focusing on perspective systems, spatial construction, composition theory, and environmental atmosphere. Landscape art isn't simply about trees, hills, and rivers. It is the art of spatial storytelling, where nature, architecture, atmosphere, and perspective converge to evoke emotion, scale, and harmony. This module builds the cognitive and mechanical skills required to construct believable outdoor scenes from both observation and imagination. Whether sketching a mountain scene, rural village, bustling urban skyline, or a forest interior, the landscape artist must manage complex layers of space, light, and rhythm. You will deeply engage with 1-point, 2-point, 3-point, atmospheric, and curvilinear perspective, and learn how to compose scenes using compositional balance, value hierarchy, and narrative movement. 1. Linear perspective systems in landscape drawing. This section covers the core perspective systems used to create dimensional space in drawing. 1-point perspective, used for roads, hallways, and any front-facing compositions. Everything recedes to a single vanishing point. 2-point perspective, ideal for corners and angled views. Each set of parallel lines recedes to its own vanishing point. 3-point perspective, adds vertical recession commonly used in cityscapes, towers, or aerial scenes. Curvilinear and cylindrical perspective, for panoramic and fisheye scenes. Key elements: establishing horizon line, vanishing points, eye level. Using measuring points and diagonals to maintain scale. Avoiding distortion outside the cone of vision, you complete gridded perspective scenes, slowly building more complex environments like alleys, riverside towns, and elevated cliffs. 2. Atmospheric perspective and depth creation. Atmospheric perspective utilizes optical shifts caused by the environment. Objects in the distance appear lighter, less saturated, and blurrier. Foreground has high contrast, sharp edges, and intense detail. Use of aerial haze, temperature shift, and grayscale layering. Techniques practiced: grading tone and texture across spatial zones. Value separation, using mid-tone compression in backgrounds. Simulating depth, using overlapping and diminishing size. You analyze works by Turner, Monet, and Shishkin to understand how master artists handled atmosphere and depth. 3. Compositional frameworks and visual flow. Composition makes or breaks a landscape. This section teaches the strategic design of visual interest and balance. Rule of thirds, dividing the image into 9 equal parts for focal point positioning. Golden ratio and spiral, organic placement of interest points. S-curve composition, leads the eye through natural paths like rivers, trails. Radial composition, elements radiate from a central focal point. Framing and negative space, using trees, arches, and clouds to enclose scenes. You will sketch thumbnail compositions and translate them into finished pieces with guiding armatures and sightlines. 4. Constructing natural and built elements. Mastering landscapes involves knowing how to build its elements. Natural elements: trees, deciduous, coniferous, rocks, mountains, clouds, water bodies. Understanding forms, texture rendering, organic structure. Texture techniques: stippling, hatching, contour shading. Architectural/built forms, bridges, cabins, temples, fences, ruins. Capturing accurate angles, textures, shadow casting. Using perspective grids to position buildings correctly. You combine these into multi-layered scenes, balancing man-made and natural components. 5. Light direction, shadow, and time of day. Drawing sunlight direction and correctly casting shadows. Understanding core shadows, reflected light, and highlight zones. Depicting different times of day: dawn, soft edge; noon, high contrast; dusk, diffuse light. Adding mood with light. Foggy mornings versus harsh desert sunlight. You practice value mapping and chiaroscuro effects in landscape drawings. 6. Practice assignments and master studies. Practice assignments include drawing a two-point perspective urban street with clear vanishing points, painting a foggy mountain scene with atmospheric perspective, reconstructing a landscape from imagination using reference-based planning. Master study, recreate a painting by Constable or Bierstadt, analyzing depth and composition.